Welcome, everyone. Today, we're exploring a piece of engineering that is completely invisible to most of us, yet it's quietly controlling temperatures across nearly every major global industry. I'm talking about the plate-type heat exchanger. Whether you're drinking a cold glass of pasteurized milk, sitting in an air-conditioned skyscraper, or depending on the power grid, you are relying on this highly efficient technology. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack exactly how it works. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the PHE blueprint, move through the step-by-step working procedure, explore the corrugated plate magic, types of flow arrangement, advantages and benefits, and finally wrap up with common industrial applications. So the absolutely crucial point right off the bat is understanding exactly what this machine does. A plate-type heat exchanger is a compact, highly efficient device designed to transfer heat between two fluids, but the absolute most important part of this definition is those last three words, without mixing them. Think of it like an unseen wall. You've got an immense amount of thermal energy passing from a scalding hot fluid to a freezing cold fluid, but because of this incredibly clever design, the two liquids never actually touch. Section 1. The PHE blueprint. Before we can really talk about fluid dynamics and temperatures, we have to look at the physical architecture. You have a fixed frame plate, which acts as the main support and holds the inlet and outlet connections. On the opposite side, you have a pressure plate. This is a movable frame used to compress the whole thing together. Now, between those frames sits the real heart of the system, a series of corrugated stainless steel plates and gaskets. The gaskets are absolutely vital here. They seal the flow channels so our two fluids literally never mix. All of this is aligned perfectly using a guide bar and a carrying bar, and then the whole shebang is clamped down with high-strength tightening bolts to ensure a perfect high-pressure seal. It's a brilliantly simple yet incredibly robust physical structure. Section 2. Step-by-step working procedure. Let's actually imagine following a single drop of hot and cold fluid as they take a journey through this system. We'll walk through it step by step. Step 1 is fluid entry. Our hot fluid and cold fluid enter through separate ports, flowing into alternate adjacent channels. Again, perfectly separated by those thin stainless steel plates. In step 2, they follow a specific flow arrangement, which we'll detail in just a minute. Now, step 3 is where the heavy lifting happens, heat transfer. Heat naturally flows from the hotter fluid to the colder one. This happens through convection, as the moving fluid carries the heat right to the plate, and conduction, as the heat travels directly through the thin metal plate itself. Step 4 ensures turbulent flow to really maximize this transfer. Step 5 results in the temperature change. And finally, in step 6, the fluids exit, completely isolated from one another, but with totally different thermal energy levels. And this brilliantly illustrates the end result of that 6-step process. Let's ground these thermodynamics in some hard numbers. Notice our hot fluid enters at a scorching 90 degrees Celsius, but after transferring its thermal energy across those plates, it leaves at a much cooler 55 degrees. Conversely, the cold fluid enters at 30 degrees and absorbs all that transferred energy, exiting at 65 degrees. Now, the exact temperatures will always depend on things like the flow rate, the plate area, and the properties of the fluids themselves, but this perfectly captures the beautiful balancing act of the heat exchanger. Section 3. The corrugated plate magic. So you might be wondering, how does it do this so efficiently in such a small space? Well, if you were to open up one of these machines and look at the stainless steel plates, you wouldn't see flat metal, you'd see these complex stamped chevron or herringbone patterns. Why use corrugated plates instead of just regular flat steel? This design choice reveals the true genius of the machine. First off, corrugation drastically increases the effective heat transfer area without making the machine any larger. But more importantly, it forces the fluid to aggressively bounce around, producing turbulent flow. This turbulence literally breaks the thermal boundary layer, preventing a stagnant layer of fluid from basically insulating the plate. This allows the machine to operate incredibly efficiently even at relatively low flow rates. And beyond thermodynamics, these ridges physically strengthen the thin plates against high pressures. Because the liquid is constantly churning, it actually minimizes fouling and scaling, keeping the plates cleaner for much longer. All of this combines to create massive improvements in overall thermal efficiency. Section 4. Types of flow arrangement. We know the fluid is turbulent, but how exactly is it being routed? Now, what's really interesting about this is the contrast in flow strategy. There are two primary ways to run a heat exchanger. The first is parallel flow, where both the hot and cold fluids move in the exact same direction. This generally has a lower efficiency and is really only used for very specific process requirements. But look at counterflow. This is where the hot fluid flows in one direction and the cold fluid flows in the absolute opposite direction. This is by far the most common arrangement in industrial applications because it provides the highest efficiency. By moving in opposite directions, the system maintains the maximum possible temperature difference between the two fluids at every single point along the plate. It's just an incredibly smart bit of fluid routing.
Section 5, PHE Advantages and Benefits. It's very clear why engineers consistently choose this specific design and why plate heat exchangers absolutely dominate the market. They offer phenomenally high heat transfer and energy efficiency, all while being remarkably compact and lightweight compared to traditional designs. I mean, they require very little installation space. But perhaps the greatest operational benefit of all is how easy they are to expand. If your factory needs to scale up its cooling capacity, you don't go out and buy a whole new machine. You literally just unbolt the frame and slide in a few more plates. Plus, they're incredibly easy to dismantle for cleaning, they have a low maintenance cost, and, as we learned just a moment ago, they experience significantly lower fouling compared to those older shell and tube alternatives.
Section 6, Common Industrial Applications.
So where are all these perfectly engineered machines actually going? Well, we're talking about massive, critical, and highly diverse infrastructure. Plate heat exchangers are quietly keeping huge nuclear and thermal power plants running safely. They are the backbone of large-scale HVAC systems and district heating and cooling grids that keep our cities habitable. Think about it. When you buy milk, juice, or beer, it was pasteurized and temperature-controlled by one of these exact machines in food and beverage processing. They're essential in chemical and petrochemical plants, precise pharmaceutical manufacturing, heavy-duty marine cooling systems on cargo ships, and all across the oil and gas industry. Which brings us to a final thought to leave you with today. How would modern infrastructure from the milk in your fridge to a nuclear power plant function without this hidden, highly efficient technology? Well, the reality is, it couldn't. The plate-type heat exchanger is an absolute masterclass in using structured, thoughtful design to safely harness the laws of thermodynamics. So the next time you turn on your AC or grab a cold drink, you'll know exactly the kind of corrugated magic that made it possible. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.